Welcome to Of a Different Stripe, a stunning new solo exhibition by artist in residence at the Kimpton Charlotte Square Hotel, Kris Cieslak. With 18 spectacular pieces on show, art lovers are spoilt for choice. Each of these pieces demonstrates Kris's unique style and brings his keen observations of the body and interpersonal relations clearly into perspective. As you walk into the lobby, you're immediately struck by this joyful and uplifting show that vividly promotes self-improvement and understanding of others. Kris's painting style, stripism, demonstrates that in art the only limitations are the borders of our imagination. Kris has always taken inspiration from the human experience and delves into both the emotional and physicality of the human body. He focuses primarily on the constant striving for perfection, both physical and spiritual, the beauty of the body, eroticism, and on capturing the variety of emotions hidden in every human being. My art won't change the world, he says, but hopefully it will change the way in which you see it. Originally from Poland, Kris now lives in London after an influx of success from his numerous exhibitions in London, Paris, Rome, Milan and Warsaw. His work is centred around the human being, specifically his perspectives of interpersonal relations. Perched on the edge of a picturesque private garden in the new town of Edinburgh, the Kimpton Charlotte Square Hotel blends traditional glamour with the Scotland of today. Outside, a classical Georgian exterior stands as an ode to the past, while inside, past the lobby, a beautiful glass-topped central courtyard provides a welcome sanctuary from the world. Kris Cieslak was born in Warsaw, Poland in 1982, and only remembers always having had a passion for the visual arts. Since 2004, Cieslak has devoted all his time to his artwork, which includes painting, sculpting and ceramics. He has curated and managed numerous art exhibitions and art events in Warsaw, Paris and London, and has had the opportunity to work with many talented artists. His artwork can be found in collections throughout the world, and his big love in life is people. Kris has been creating unique pieces of art on iconic Louis Vuitton trunks for over 4 years now. He was recognised by the most eminent French fashion house as one of several artists from around the world to hold that exclusive post. His artistic journey with Louis Vuitton began with him enrolling for an art competition back in 2019. He humbly says he was just lucky to find himself in the right place at the right time. After a series of exhibitions in Paris and London, which turned out to be a great success, his art caught the eye of those associated with Louis Vuitton, and he was invited to take part in a competition organised by the French fashion house. Stakes were high. The opportunity to create artistic personalisations on iconic Louis Vuitton trunks. Kris recalls, "When I read the email with the invitation to the competition from Louis Vuitton, I just couldn't believe it. It was kind and flattering, and naturally I said, yeah, I'd like to take part. I mean, who wouldn't? It's Louis Vuitton that we're talking about. I couldn't believe it." When he got a call with congratulations, he said to himself, "Is this really happening?" He was shocked, blown away. He thought it was beyond beautiful, but maybe a short story? One of Kris's customers is an art connoisseur from Malaysia, whose house has been filled with 5 of his paintings, and some time ago, a pyramid of Louis Vuitton trunks joined her collection. When she bought them in an LV store, she didn't consult anything with him. All she said was, "Please, give me art." And so he did. For inspiration, he visited the Centre Pompidou and got greatly inspired by Piet Mondrian. Nothing inspires Kris more than human emotions. He sees us as surrounded by the world that's constantly sending us too much negative impetus. So what he wants to do is to give people something positive for a change, providing good emotions accompanied by art. In his work, Kris moves from graphics through drawing through sculpture to the first picture he painted at the age of 20. A core element in his inspirations is Greek mythology, which he fell in love with as a child. He often visits Athens, but even more frequently the Louvre. Greek sculptures, he says, are the highest form of art. Kris's style is characterised by stripes, from which he creates dynamic silhouettes. As a child, he says, I had trouble concentrating during classes, but when I was painting lines in my notebook, I listened and was able to effectively remember. In his first years based in London, Kris infused himself with the world of fashion more intensely, looking for inspiration in fashion magazines like Vogue and in the 80s in more specific for time patterns and colours. His Beautiful People series was the outcome of that process. Kris's more recent work shows the influence of Louis Vuitton. More and more meticulous details, more colours and perfectly even lines. This is especially evident in the works to which he returns from time to time, such as The Image of a Woman, which becomes the thermometer of his work. It's art because I said so. Kris wanted to show that the world has become thoroughly commercial. We want to show ourselves on the outside, forgetting about caring for our interior. The paintings in this series show the influence of Roy Lichtenstein or Andy Warhol, full of dynamism and expression, intertwined with strong colours and vivid lines. He says, these pictures couldn't be more me. They tell the story of my whole life, where I used to be and where I am now. Director and owner of Graystone Gallery, Leslie Briggs, is proud to continue the gallery's association both with Kris and with the Kimpton Charlotte Square Hotel, which has a wonderful tradition of supporting artists and local galleries. We're delighted to have the opportunity to showcase Kris's work in conjunction with the Kimpton, she says. I'm sure their guests and visitors will agree his colourful palette and brilliant observations bring a vibrancy to the hotel that really resonates with us all.